Domkowski. Welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm the Director of Law Enforcement Relations for Body Worn by Utility and a retired Chief of Police from West Lafayette, Indiana. Our guest today is our Chief Technology Officer at Utility, Simon. Go ahead and do a brief introduction and please hit all the high points.
Hello all, I have the same mug as Jason. We're enjoying coffee. I am Simon Araya. I'm the Chief Technology, like Jason said. I've been with Utility from the beginning. Excited to be working on exciting technology we're providing for our law enforcement customers.
Thank you, Simon. A very important question that we'll start with, really the whole crux of the Coffee Talk series, and we'll set the stage for our entire conversation. How do you take your coffee?
I like my coffee black. It's I used to take tons and tons of sugar, and one day I decided to try it out black. It was tough the first day, but I haven't gone back since then, so it's pretty good.
So that tells me you've probably worked night shift at some point, because people listening here, there'll be a lot of cops on here that drink black coffee because they worked years of night shift like I did.
I have. When I was in college, I had jobs where I did the graveyard shift, and a lot of coffee, lots and lots of coffee.
All right. And I know your role is very vital in our company, Simon, but in that realm of your role, what role has Utility's relationship with partner agencies played in the advancement of the company's technology to where it is today?
That's a very good question. We have, I think to date, over 300 police departments that we serve customers. If we have a 24/7 support team that's constantly staying in contact with our customers. We have a customer outreach group that's constantly talking to customers. We get a lot of feedback from our customers as to what they like, what they don't like, what they want to enhance. Early on, we, unlike you, I was never a police officer, so I never understood the actual problem that we were trying to solve. So we relied on getting expert opinion from the actual users. Mm-hmm. And we were able to learn a lot by listening. So we truly believe the best way to build a product for a specific sector is to use the industry knowledge of the actual day in, day out users. Our philosophy has always been allow people to tell us exactly what they like, what they don't like, and we also look at usage and figure out what actually works best for our customers and what doesn't. So our entire engineering group is involved in the process of figuring out how do we solve this specific problem. Once we know what the problem is, engineers are very good at figuring out how to solve it in the most efficient manner. So very powerful. Without our customers' feedback, I don't think our product would be what it is today.
So Simon, with that in mind, how about an example or two of agency partners and users that have maybe shared a problem with our company, with you, and how we were able to solve, or how Utility was able to solve that technical problem?
So one good example is we're actually learning language as well as how to solve the problems. We had I think a local chief of police that wanted a couple of items that made it into our early versions of our body worn. One of them was officer down. This was an extremely important thing. I mean, it's important for all our customers today, but it was one of the most important requests that was made early on. And it was such an interesting idea to be able to actually call for help when someone needs it the most. And that was something we jumped on immediately. We were able to put that together and provide it as a feature to our requesting chief, and I think he was he was happy with that. He's still a customer of ours after so many years. The other item that is interesting is we're having a discussion, and he asked, "Can we do bolos?" And none of the engineers, or none of us, I didn't know what a bolo was. So we asked, "What exactly is a bolo?" And then once he explained it to us, we said, "Yeah, we can definitely, do bolos." So these two features, because of the platform that we were using and our ability to stay connected at all times, it allowed us to actually respond to the request and provide that quickly. One thing I want to add, even though that chief is the one that requested that feature, we made it available to everyone that's using our system today. That's one of the other benefits of using our ecosystem. We continuously add more features and make it available to everyone that's participating in this ecosystem.
So two key features, officer down and bolo alerts right to the device, both brought to us by customers, by law enforcement agencies that were wanting for us to solve a problem. I think that the officer down feature, I know when I was still a chief, it's one of the reasons I purchased the system. Can you give me a little bit of an example of how that works and why it's so important, such an important feature for law enforcement agencies today?
So the officer down feature, basically once the device is properly mounted in the uniform, the device is aware of the fact that it's on duty and it's mounted in the officer's uniform. From that point forward, it will keep tracking the officer's position. And if the officer's position changes where he's no longer standing, then the system will give the officer an alert saying, "Hey, we think something is wrong here," and it will do a countdown. And that countdown is set by the department. So it could be 15 seconds, it could be 10 seconds. And it will, every 5 seconds, it will tell you that if that position is not corrected, that it would send out an alert. When the alert goes out, this is where interesting things happen. If you have dispatchers or anyone looking at the web application that we have, the message will force the viewer to focus on this one item by making noise and forcing the map to focus on that location. The other thing that happens is the system will, in the background, figure out officers that are within proximity to the officer that is in need and send messages automatically. So what that means is, even if no one is looking at the system by itself behind the scenes will send to, let's say, officers within 5 miles that can get to the officer that needs help. It provides driving directions if you wanted to use the Google services on how to arrive there efficiently with traffic accounted for. It will give you the best way to respond to an event. Now, if that was a false alert, if that was something that was triggered by accident, when someone responds to that saying it was a false alert, a message is sent again to every officer that received it to make sure that they understand this was a false alert. So it's an automated system. No one has to actually make decisions. The system will make decisions for the department. We believe it's one of the most powerful features we have in our product.
So an actual feature on a body camera that is potentially life-saving, and it's my understanding that utility actually had an officer saved in the field here in 2020 from that feature, and I'm happy to be a part of that. And Simon, thank you for being such a big part of bringing that feature unique to utility, to body-worn system. In technology, why is the use of technology more vital than ever in law enforcement today?
I think on our day-to-day life, we see technology slowly changing our day-to-day operations and bringing in efficiencies in our day-to-day stuff. Today, your modern mobile device, if you allowed it, when you're interacting with someone using text messaging, it will make suggestions. It will actually try and write the text message for you because it understands your profile, it understands certain things, and it's trying to add efficiencies in our system because it was built from the ground up to be a connected system. Our Rocket IoT in the vehicle allows you to have connection to the internet at all times. Our body worn is connected through the Rocket IoT or independently to the internet. This allows us to have things run efficiently. So one example is this officer down we talked about, for example. If technology is used properly, now you don't require someone to actively monitor things on the screen and make manual decisions to help an officer, for example. If we don't have technology where GPS data is being sent to the cloud so that we know where officers are at any given moment, if we don't have the ability to stay connected, then all of a sudden you're having to do less with more people. Another example is we have CAD activation that we offer to our customers, whether it's the in-car system or the body. If you really think about it, the system will ingest CAD calls as they come in, and it will figure out which officer is assigned what call, and it will figure out where the officer is in relation to the actual address that is referenced in the call. And the system will decide when the officer is close enough to activate the body camera. And then on top of that, it will tie the recorded video incident with the CAD call so that the officer doesn't have to go and document this after the fact. So wherever we can create efficiencies, wherever we can actually add more without asking the officer to do more, I think that's where technology is powerful.
So you're describing a smart system that learns, a connected system, ecosystem for the body camera, for the in-car camera system, and more. So what's more? Where does your team go from here? Where do they go next?
Well, we're going to continue listening to our customers. Believe it or not, our customers are the super users of our product because they rely on it on a day-to-day basis. They have a lot more to say about the product than even our own experts, in-house experts, because they're using it to solve real-world problems. So we're going to continue listening to our officers or customers to make sure that we're providing the tools that they need. We're also focusing on what we could do more with data that is being collected to make decisions to provide more opportunities for efficiencies where it exists. And our goal is to expand out and reduce some of the manual stuff that doesn't make sense. So it could be sharing videos, it could be searching for videos, it could be figuring out which videos are important. The fact of the matter is departments are collecting more and more evidence every day. If you really think about it, there has to be a much better way of searching for evidence. We have built-in ways of relating incidents right now based on proximity or time, but we can figure out in the future where we can actually relate incidents based on a number of other factors. Artificial intelligence, machine learning becomes an important part of the future of policing, so that, like I used an example earlier where the officer down is auto-dispatched to the officers based on proximity. We can do more stuff with artificial intelligence by studying trends and looking at important data points. And we do get a lot of data points. A lot of data is collected, and it's time for us to bring that back to our customers and then add efficiencies where possible. So our focus is continue to listen to our customers, continue to provide features that are important, and then figure out some of the things that we can do behind the scenes to make the system easy to use. As you get more and more data, that's where you have to focus in terms of usability. You have to make it easy to consume the data.
Simon, Araya, Chief Technology Officer for Utility. Thank you for joining us for coffee today. And
Thank you.
I certainly learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.